Hello, wonderful story lovers, and welcome back to our magical story. Today, we have a very special tale about a very special little bunny named Benny. Benny was the fluffiest, sweetest bunny in all of Sunny Meadow, with long, floppy ears and a twitchy little nose. He loved hopping through fields of clover, chasing butterflies, and nibbling on sweet, crunchy carrots. But Benny had a secret. A big, dark secret. Benny was afraid of the dark. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, a little shiver would run down Benny's spine. The long, playful shadows that danced during the day turned into spooky shapes at night. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze sounded like mysterious whispers. His cozy little burrow, which was so warm and safe during the day, felt like a cave full of unknowns once the lights were out. His mama would tuck him in every night with a soft kiss on his forehead. "Don't you worry, my sweet Benny," she'd say. "The night is just the day resting. The moon and stars are watching over you." But even his mama's comforting words could unchase away the flutter of fear in Benny's tummy. He'd squeeze his eyes shut, pull his blanket right up to his nose, and wish with all his might for the sun to come back. He imagined all sorts of silly things hiding in the corners of his room: a sock monster under his bed, a coat on the chair that looked like a grumpy giant. One beautiful, sunny afternoon, Benny was playing hide-and-seek with his best friend, Lily the squirrel. Lily was quick and clever and always found the best hiding spots. This time, she scampered up the old oak tree and hid inside a little hollow. Benny counted to 20. His little nose twitching with excitement. "Ready or not, here I come," he called out. He looked behind bushes, under big ferns, and around the colorful flower patches. But Lily was nowhere to be found. He hopped closer and closer to the whispering woods, a part of the meadow he usually avoided, especially when it started to get late. The trees there grew tall and thick, and their leaves whispered secrets to the wind. Benny hesitated. The sun was beginning its slow descent, and long shadows were already stretching across the grass like long, sleepy arms. "Lily," he called out, his voice a little shaky. "Lily, where are you?" From deep within the woods, he heard a tiny squeak. "Benny, I'm stuck." It was Lily. Her voice sounded small and scared. Benny's heart did a flip. He knew he had to help his friend, but it meant going into the whispering woods, and it was getting darker by the minute. For a moment, Benny wanted to turn and run back to his safe burrow. He wanted to hide under his blanket and wait for morning, but then he thought of Lily, all alone and scared in the woods. His friend needed him. He took a deep, shaky breath. He remembered what his papa once told him: bravery isn't about not being scared. Benny, it's about being scared and doing the right thing anyway. Benny puffed out his little chest. He thought about being a knight in a storybook, a brave knight who rescues his friends. "I can do this," he whispered to himself. "I have to be brave for Lily." With his little heart pounding like a drum, Benny took his first hop into the whispering woods. It was much darker under the trees. The evening air was cool, and every snap of a twig made him jump. The wind whispered through the leaves, and for a second, Benny thought he heard spooky voices, but then he listened closer. It wasn't a spooky voice. It was just the wind, singing a gentle lullaby to the trees. The strange shapes he saw weren't monsters. They were just twisted branches and old tree stumps. Lily edged out, his voice a little stronger this time. "I'm coming!" He followed the sound of her little squeaks, hopping over roots and ducking under low-hanging branches. He kept his eyes focused, looking for his friend. He thought about Lily's cheerful chatter and her funny jokes, and it gave him courage. He wasn't just a scared little bunny anymore. He was on a mission. Finally, he found her. Lily had climbed into a hollow log to hide, but a fallen branch had blocked the entrance. She was trapped. "Oh, Benny, I'm so glad you're here," she cried with relief. "I was so scared." "Don't worry, Lily, I'll get you out," Benny said, and he was surprised by how brave he sounded. He looked at the branch. It was heavy, but he knew he had to try. He wiggled his nose, planted his feet firmly, and pushed against the branch with all his might. He pushed and he pushed. At first, it didn't move, but Benny didn't give up. He thought of his friend, and a new strength surged through him. He gave one final, mighty shove, and with a crackle, the branch rolled away. Lily scampered out and gave Benny the biggest hug a squirrel could give a bunny. "You saved me, Benny. You're the bravest bunny I know," she exclaimed. Walking back out of the woods, holding paws with Lily, Benny looked around. The moon was now high in the sky, casting a beautiful, silvery glow over everything. The stars twinkled like tiny diamonds scattered on a dark velvet cloth. It wasn't scary at all. It was beautiful. The night wasn't a monster. It was quiet and peaceful. He realized his fear had been like a pair of spooky glasses. Once he took them off, he could see the night for what it truly was. When Benny got back to his burrow, his mama and papa were so relieved. He told them the whole story, from feeling scared to finding Lily and pushing the branch away. His papa smiled and ruffled his ears. "See, Benny, you had the bravery inside you all along. You just needed a reason to let it shine." That night, when his mama tucked him in, Benny didn't squeeze his eyes shut. He looked out his little window at the moon and the stars. He still saw the shadows in his room, but now they just looked like sleepy shapes, not monsters. It felt a warm, happy feeling in his chest. It was pride he, Benny the bunny, had been brave. He had faced his fear to help a friend. And from that day on, Benny was no longer Benny the bunny who was afraid of the dark. He was Benny the brave bunny. He learned that courage isn't something you find outside. It's a little light that you have inside you, and all you have to do is be brave enough to let it glow, especially when things seem darkest. So, my dear friends, if you ever feel scared of something, just remember Benny. Remember that it's okay to be afraid, but true bravery is about finding that little light inside you and choosing to be strong, kind, and courageous. Even when your heart is beating fast, you are braver than you think. Thank you so much for joining me for this story. I hope you loved it as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends so we can all enjoy more wonderful tales together. Until next time, stay curious and keep shining bright. Bye!